Hi, this video is about event sheet. First of all, let's start with an example. Each game scene has an event sheet. By clicking on an event, we can add it, and by pressing the right key, we can delete it. Now we are going to increase the scale for this specific video. We can think of event logic using if and then conditions. If the condition is true, the action will happen. Now these are our objects. Using conditions, we will trigger the actions. First, we will add a condition, press left. Then another condition, press right. Next we'll add action, player simulate left key pressed, which will make our players move to the left. Now we add another condition, player simulate right key pressed, which will make the players move to the right, as you can see in the preview. We can also copy and paste our conditions and actions. Additionally, we can undo and redo the actions using Ctrl plus left and Ctrl plus right, or simply by using the left and right arrow keys. Now let's add another condition, player separate objects from border. This will allow our objects to move outside. Next, let's look at another separate object, a wall. Here I have added a behavior called bounce. Now let's go back to the event sheet and add a condition to make the wall bounce. We'll use ball collision with border and then add the action ball bounce off an object, where the object is our border. Now I am adding another condition called beginning of action. Then I'll add an action force of an angle, setting the angle to -500 and speed to 400. After applying this, let's check the preview. As you saw, the ball did not bounce off the player object. So let's add another condition, ball collision with player, followed by the action ball bounce on another object, where the object is the player. Now if we check the preview again, the ball is bouncing correctly. We can also add an event group to our event sheet with a simple right click. Now let's add our conditions and actions inside this event group. Now moving on to our example game, you can see we have 3 player objects, idle, running and jumping, each with their own animations. Next, let's check our event sheet. The conditions and actions are already added. At the beginning of the scene, we have applied a hide hitbox condition, which hides the player's hitbox as we don't want it to be visible. Now we set the position of the center player by placing the hitbox at the x-axis and y-axis center, and then change the animation based on player movement. If the player starts jumping, the animation changes to jumping. If the player jumps, a sound plays, but it was not added in the loop. If the player falls down, the animation changes to jumping. If the player is on the floor, no specific condition is applied. Now we have added an invert condition. When the player moves, the animation changes to idle. Another condition we added is, if player moves, the animation changes to running. Next we have the condition, play hitbox on ladder, which changes the animation to jumping. Now press left key, the action flip horizontally player left is applied. This means if you press the left key, the player moves left. Press right key, the player does not flip horizontally because we have marked it as no. And that's how we set up conditions, actions and movement logic in our game. Stay tuned for more.